we say in Bentching, in Noidelecho, which we began already a couple of weeks ago, we say, Bechcha shechasamta b'v'sarenu, Val teiroscha shelimadetonu, Val Chukecha Sh'Hodatanu. We spoke about bris and Torah. We spoke last time how the Gemara explains the requirement to recite, to speak about, to thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu for bris and Torah as part of our bracha in Eretz Yisrael. But now we have a third component, Val Chukecha Sh'Hodatanu, and on the Chukim Sh'Hodatanu that you have made known to us. Now this is not in the Nusach of the Gemara. Nusach Eidus HaMizrach, the Sfardim don't have this. They just say, Eretz Chemda Tevu Rechava Brisu Torah Chayim Umazain. They don't have this Chukecha Sh'Hodatanu. Avudraham, many Rishonim don't have this Nusach. But Nusach Ashkenaz, regular Nusach Sfard, we have this Nusach. And it dates back very far. The Rekeach, 11th century Rishon, already brings this Nusach of Val Chukecha Sh'Hodatanu. And on the Chukim that you have made known to us, we're thanking HaKadosh Baruch Hu for the Chukim that you've made known to us. So what are these Chukim referring to? So the Rekeach sends us to a pasuk. Very often when the Rishonim explain Tefillah, they show us where Chazal got a Nusach from, they send us to a pasuk in the Torah. So the Rekeach sends us to the pasuk in Parshas Yisro. When Yisro came and asked Moshe Rabbeinu, what are you doing here with all your time? And Yisro and Moshe Rabbeinu responded that Klal Yisrael is coming to him with all these questions. And he responds to Yisro, and what does he say? When they have a question, they come to me, I judge between man and his friend, and I make it known to them as the Chukim of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and its Torah. So that's the pasuk that we got this idea that the Chukim have been made known to us, and we use this Nusach in Bechas HaMazon. Very interesting. Because this Chukim, the Torah is before Klal Yisrael got almost all the mitzvahs. Almost any mitzvahs, I should say. Right? So what are the Chukim here referring to? So the Netziv, the Malbim, the Netziv I think sends us to the pasuk in Chukecha Sh'Hodatanu, which is referring to all mitzvahs. And the Netziv explains that every mitzvah has in it a element of chayk. Right? We know generally we use the term chayk for mitzvah that we don't know the reason. But sometimes the Torah uses the word chukim to refer to all mitzvahs. And the Malbim explains, the Netziv explains, right, that the mitzvahs, every mitzvah has in it a chayk. And the Malbim and the Netziv explain this pasuk that what chukoyim are referring to the mitzvahs. Torah is referring to a broader explanation of the mitzvahs. There's much in Torah that are not necessarily direct, specific mitzvahs to us, but we learn Torah. And therefore we can understand according to the Rekeach that we say, Val teiroscha shelimadetanu, the Torah that we have learned, the Torah that you have taught us, and that refers to all of Torah, not necessarily specific mitzvah that we have to do, and that could be an understanding why many hold a woman is not mechuyev to say, which we're not going to go into this, it's beyond the purview of this year, but al teiroscha shelimadetanu, because they don't have a chiyuv mitzvah of limud Torah, but mitzvahs they have to know. Any Torah they need for the mitzvah, but it's not shelimadetanu. Val teiroscha shelimadetanu is talking about the chiyuv of limud Torah, for limud Torah's sake. Val Chukecha, we thank Hashem for the mitzvahs Sh'Hodatanu. That is not, we don't have to know those mitzvahs necessarily for the limud's sake, but we have to know them, that they made known to us what mitzvahs we need to do and how to do those mitzvahs. And that's what we're saying, the Pashtus, according to the Rekeach, when we say al teiroscha shelimadetanu, that's very broad, includes the mitzvah of limud Torah, and we thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu for all the mitzvahs that we have, that you have made known to us, how we can do the mitzvahs so we can come closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That, I would say, is the simple meaning. The Maral takes it one step further, and he says it's a threesome. Val brischa shechasamta b'seirenu, val teiroscha shelimadetanu, val chukecha sh'Hodatanu. Bris is on the guf of a person. Torah shelimadetanu, he says that's how we say the word limud. That's limud Torah. That's all of Torah, and that is on the seichel. Seichel has to be able to understand, comprehend, be able to fight in learning. That's the seichel. Al teiroscha shelimadetanu. He says val chukecha sh'Hodatanu. That's the third component. That's the nefesh. The guf the seichel, and the nefesh. The nefesh has to do the mitzvahs, maisius, because it has to do it. It just needs to know. The nefesh doesn't need to have the cheshbonis. That's the seichel. All the calculations and how to do it. The nefesh just needs to know the facts, what it needs to do. And therefore the moral says, we say, Chukecha Sh'Hodatanu, you let our nefesh know what it needs to do. That's שהודעתנו. And he says, therefore it's a threesome. The brischa is the guf, Torah is the seichel, and the chukim is the mitzvahs. That we need to know what to do, and that's why it's שהודעתנו, and that's just for our nefesh to know what to do.